Morning. G'day, it's Fish, the Beach Bum Investor, with your cryptocurrency discussion and report for the 11th of February 2018. Fairly steady over the last 24 hours. Little spike not long after the show yesterday, but trickled back down to about the same place we were at this time yesterday. I found an article from express.co.uk talking about the US moving to accept cryptocurrency as payment for tax. Very interesting. Obviously, that would validate cryptocurrency and bring it one step closer towards mass adoption. I'll just pop over and see who's in the chat, and then we'll get onto that article. Won't be a sec. Chronicus is in. Z, Michael Jordan. This would be huge. I doubt it. Well, Michael Jordan, there's already been a vote, 16-13, the yays versus the nays. So it will be going forward in towards further debate in the US Senate, I believe. But we'll have a look at the article in a second. Actually, let's pop over and have a look now. Just a few people in. So we can pop over and take a look at this article that I found. It's certainly not set in stone yet. Not set in stone by any means. Just being discussed. Bullish article, though. In my opinion, cryptocurrency news, US tax may be paid with Bitcoin, Ripple, or Ethereum under new plans. The Arizona Senate passed a bill earlier this week which could allow its residents in the state to use Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to pay their taxes. So it is only in Arizona at the moment. A bill was passed in the state of Arizona by a 16-13 margin, which could enable taxpayers to use Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in order to pay tax and interest and penalties to the state's Department of Revenue. The measure has since been sent to the state's House of Representatives for further consideration. Sorry, not the Senate. Of course, it is a state issue. While the measure's success is dependent on both approval in the chamber as well as any possible settlement required if the House and Senate pass different versions. The successful vote forecast that the law could come into place. In January, lawmakers on the Senate's Finance Committee cleared the bill by a 4-3 vote. Arizona State Republican Jeff Weninger said the tax measure is aimed at making the state an accommodating place for users of the technology. And then there's a bunch of stuff here that I can't read over. I don't know what's happened here. I'll go down to this part. Arizona State Senator Steve Farley, a Democrat who is running for governor, said, however, the bill puts the volatility burden on Bitcoin's price on taxpayers who make payments in the US dollar. He said it would mean that the money goes to the state, and then the state has to take responsibility of how to exchange it. This comes after Bitcoin fell to one of its lowest points in 2 months on February 5th, trading at $5,947. Risks in the marketplace were high in early 2018, which led to more interest from investors who saw potential for big gains in cryptocurrencies. But cryptocurrency expert Jun-In Wong warned Bitcoin could still be on track for further falls after experiencing dramatic plunges earlier this week. He said even the most ardent Bitcoin supporter wouldn't deny that it is greatly inflated at the moment in terms of valuation. It's come down a lot from the December highs, but it's still 8 times higher than it was around 12 months ago. There's an argument to be made that there is further to fall. Bitcoin's current price has gained a very tidy 41% increase, or $3,400 from its earlier low, but the northerly trajectory has flattened, leading to fears that it was not a recovery, but rather a temporary rebound from an extended decline. Mr. Wong added that despite the positive aspects of Bitcoin and raving reviews from supporters, the cryptocurrency still fell behind traditional currencies like the dollar and the pound in regards to common use. I don't disagree with that at the moment, just because of transaction fees, but I think that's about to change with Lightning Network. I guess acceptability comes into that as well. Anyway, speaking to the BBC's Radio 4's Today program, he went on to add, on the one hand, Bitcoin is kind of a digital gold, a store of value. On the other hand, it is a decent medium of exchange, but not as good as the US dollar or the sterling. Bitcoin's price may soon come under further regulation from the European Central Bank as concerns around cryptocurrencies grow among financial policymakers. European Central Bank Executive Board member Yves Mersch said the central bank can no longer ignore the threats posed by cryptocurrencies to the real world. He said, if you increasingly have bridges between the virtual world and the real world, and then there is a collapse in this virtual world, it could drain liquidity from the real world. This then becomes a concern for the central bank. We need more information. For me, one obligation would already be to force the unregulated platforms to report transactions in a harmonized way to repositories. I don't even know that word. Repositories? Oh, it's like reciprocal. I don't know. Oh, repositories, sorry. Harmonized way to repositories so that would have access to information also in order to create a better response. So yeah, that's sort of like a mixed article in terms of one of the experts saying that Bitcoin still has further to fall. But obviously the state of Arizona are at least considering, and a 16-13 vote putting in front of the House of Representatives for to accept it for tax payments is pretty good. Michael Jordan said they'll legalize weed before they legitimize BTC. I don't know if Arizona are one of the states that have legitimized it. Michael Jordan said, US citizens have lost all respect for politicians. They won't do it. They've been discussing marijuana forever also. I hate to sound pessimistic, but these effers never do anything if they're not lobbied. Maybe that's what we could do. Get a crypto lobbyist in the US. All the cryptos chip in and we pay a lobbyist. Chronicus said it's already too late to ban it. Our senators and representatives are hodlers. And their kids, especially their kids. Michael Jordan said, yeah, but their bosses are central banks. Good comment. Grinkers is in. Joe, oh boy, I can't wait to tell the IRS about the crypto I might have. Z's in, just catching up. Pay the IRS from your Ethereum wallet and they know how much Ether you have. Make sure you create an IRS wallet. I recommend paying your fair amount of tax on profits that you've made. Chronicus. Not federal though, technically you're doing something illegal, said Michael Jordan. Oh, I doubt anybody would have a problem setting up an untraceable wallet, but also a lot of people really do not care. Many people would be happy to pay their taxes and sit on their gains legally without worrying about Mr. Taxman. Desley Gilson said, I like the idea of Bitcoin private. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the idea of Bitcoin private. I don't mind the idea. I just don't like anything that just is using the branding of Bitcoin to further their agenda. Why couldn't they have forked without using the prefix Bitcoin? I don't like it. It's lazy. And there's some pretty good privacy coins in the market already. So I'm not sure we need another one just because it's called Bitcoin. But I guess out of the actual private, out of the Bitcoin forks, is probably one of the more productive ones. I guess, but I just hate anything that calls itself Bitcoin. Arizona has legal weed. Wyoming has 4 bills crypto related. Cool. Yatesy said today the Colorado State Gov has a bill to start using blockchain for daily business. Cool, man. Yeah, that's where I don't think they'll hinder it too much there, Yatesy, because there's too much to gain in terms of business productivity and efficiency, which means more money, which means more taxable money for the government. So I don't think they'll. The financial sector might be a different story, but I don't think they'll touch blockchain that's actually looking to improve industry. Floyd's in. Yeah. So all in all, I thought that it's, it all started with one state over there legalizing marijuana, and now I know quite a few have, and Australia will probably have plans to in the next 25 years. So that's good. If we're following the US into a war, we'll do it the next day. Anything else, it takes us a while else to catch up on. Chronica said, I would love if we could have a public ledger for our government spending. I've suggested that, man. There wouldn't be any wholesome reasons to vote no on a bill like that. Yeah, man, but, they'll come up with reasons. Chronicus. Don't worry about that. Masters of spin, politicians. They'll come up with reasons. So, yeah, I'd love to see government spending on blockchain. I think that'd be great. Chronica said, like I was talking about in the show the other day, it would simplify a lot of the arguing over spending. What about like military budgets in the US? I hear a quarter of that is unaccounted for. Is that right? Like massive amounts of money just unaccounted for. So military spending on the blockchain as well could happen. No, it won't, because they'll argue that it's a. They'll argue that they're the adversaries can monitor it and know what they're buying. Bible wallet review. I went to download it this morning, Joe, but I ran out of time because I was looking at an ICO. I haven't actually downloaded it yet, dude. Yeah, see, this is the problem, Desley Gelson. Desley Gelson's brought up a really good point here. We were talking about Bitcoin private, and Desley just said, "Oh, what do you think of this one?" I said, "Look, as far as the forks go, it's probably one of the more productive ones, but I still don't see the point." And Desley Gelson said, "I didn't think of it like that. I thought it was something more officially from Bitcoin." See, that's the problem. And Bitcoin Cash, that's like people who are new to the economy are getting fooled by this name stealing, because Bitcoin private has nothing to do with Bitcoin core. It's because they forked from Bitcoin and stole the name. As far as I know, I haven't really looked into it, but I assume it's the same as every other thing that has Bitcoin as its as the prefix. Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin, they're all just, to me, it's just, I honestly believe it's just really, really lazy or an attempt to get money off ignorant people who do believe it's something affiliated with the Bitcoin. So yeah, it's something to be aware of. Mikey said, I'm unimpressed by the video audio on the article, even the most ardent supporter effing BS. Yeah, I tend to agree, because I don't, like, I started to call it, I was even, yes, I heated at 20 grand for the stage of development. We didn't have SegWit looking to be implemented through Coinbase, one of our major exchanges for fiat in the Western world. So we're a little bit behind on that. Node Lightning, and now that's like Lightning Network's been suggested that's going to be implemented by Coinbase as well. So they're going to have SegWit and Lightning Network. That's good. Able to move your Bitcoin off your Coinbase pretty cheaply. So I guess what I'm getting at is that I'm a pretty ardent crypto supporter, Bitcoin as well. And I started to call it oversold, because the stage of development was actually surpassing, where we were before. It's reasonable that there was a retracement, because development had to catch up to where the market was pricing it, in my opinion. But perhaps at times we did get a little bit past that, like overcorrected, I think. That's my opinion. But yeah, everyone, that's the beautiful thing, is that's how markets work. Everyone's got their own opinion on that, and see what happens in the next 12 months, next 3 years. Catching up. Yates, he said, "Shh, we don't talk about that." I'm not sure. Oh, that's for the we're talking about the US military budget. Chronica said, exactly, we had 3 trillion go missing September 10th, 2001. You know, we were talking about conspiracy theories that seem to have a lot of evidence for them. I'm not going to get too far into it because I feel out of place being an Aussie talking about that. But yeah, physics is hard to, you guys know me, maths and physics, it's hard to argue with. Anyway, it would be worth it. I would be willing to trade security from other governments for security against my own government, as I see that as a greater threat. My government tells me what to do more than other governments do. Oh, don't forget Bitcoin Candy. Well, Bitcoin Candy Chronicles was actually a fork of a fork. Candy was a fork of cash. So yeah, fork of a fork. Double fork. Chiakai Hinahara has dropped in for 51.50 time. Ethercep's dropped in with a usually tongue-in-cheek comment. I'm going to meme fork Bitcoin. Who wants to be an advisor? Just list Vitalik and everyone will scratch their head. I saw one posted in our Discord, man. I was having a look through Discord chat this morning. And it was one of the new coins out and had listed someone as an advisor or as a actual developer, I think, on the project. And that person came out on Reddit and said, I've never heard of this project in my life. So you do have to be careful. Speaking of ICOs, guys, I'm taking a look at another one. I've put it up a channel up for it in the Crypto Wave Investment Crew. I'll still be waiting for an actual valuation before I decide whether to pull the trigger or not, but looks good. Looks interesting. See what they come up with an evaluation, but I'm going to register my interest in a pre-sale investment. So I'm looking to see how much everyone wants to invest. So at this stage, it's not a 100% commitment or something, but if you can keep your estimates and what you're willing to invest, if I get accepted as a pre-sale, or we as a crew get accepted as in the pre-sale, just what you're willing to invest in that. We're doing collection in Ethereum on this one. Just keeps it relative because we've got an international audience, so international membership, sorry, the Crypto Wave Investment Crew. So guys, I've chucked that up in the chat if you want to have a look at it. Obviously, have a look at the white paper, have a look at the team, have a look at the project, see if it's something you want to get involved in. And obviously, we're going to have to wait still because we need to see if they're actually pricing their company correctly for the current state, like for the stage of development. And obviously, at this stage, it's kind of like it's really more angel funding. So based on potential a little bit at this stage as well. Oh, yeah, thanks for that. Third Man Crypto, aka Chewy Dude. Yeah, that'll be awesome, man. Yeah, Third Man Crypto's in the Discord group, and he's hooked me up with an interview with Michael Stoller. So I'm waiting. I've given my email address and waiting to have contact, and we'll get Michael Stoller on the show. I'll do a reach out now as well that things have actually quieted down a little bit for me. I can reach out to David Copesar from Encryption and get him on the show as well to have a chat about DNA, like I have promised for some time. Conspiracy Sunday, a new show segment, Crypto Chronicles. I'm actually releasing a new show, man. So I understand that, like, I know you guys are in for it. A lot of the regulars here, Ethercept, don't mind a good hour and a half convo. You know, let's chat and see what's going on and have a good discussion about it rather than just looking at charts and news flashes, you know. I know a lot of you like that, but this society is more of an instant gratification society. So something that I was looking at doing and trying perhaps this afternoon, if I can get the content together, is releasing a new show that is a once a week show that sort of boils down the last week in crypto. So, and what's to come in the coming week. That was the idea. So I might try and launch a pilot of that this afternoon. Oh, it'll be on a new channel too, because it'll be more for people who are interested in the quick snippets. And in my true style, it is going to be less than serious. Don't F with old. This is Etherset, bruh. Don't F with old guys. Treachery and experience overcomes youth and vigor. Mark Davis, hi brother Fish, hi brother Mark. EXTN, extensive coin, is going to get the coin market cap listing soon. Have you checked them out? You said you would look. We're enjoying the show as always in Texas. No, we haven't had a look at it, Mark, but good opportunity to take a look at a coin for the day. Let's have a look at extensive coin. It's not listed on coin market cap yet, so let me actually go and let me just see this. Maybe extensive coin. No, you're right. It's not listed on here yet. Let me see if I can find it. Now it's going to be a little bit difficult because this is probably not going to tell us its market cap. Extensive coin. Let's see if I can find it. Yep. Currency, cool. All right, let's have a look together. Never seen it before in my life. Let's see if we can do a quick brief assessment of this one on the show. Okay. Okay, just make sure we are home. Yes, we are. Okay, features. Extensive coin is a cryptocurrency created to be a quality investment, low supply, fast, energy efficiency, higher security, high income. Also, it supports Windows, Linux, Mac, and Raspberry Pi. 560,000 coins. Only about 500. Why about? About 560,000 coins will be produced of EXTN network in a span of about 3 years. Energy efficient proof of stake participation minimizes energy consumption compared to proof of work that requires expensive mining hardware. High annual staking interests. POSP rewards EXTN holders with high annual interest of 99% yearly. Alarm bells for me. It's not sustainable. It's just not. It's not as a currency. There's reasons that, you know, if you go and mint 100% more coins every year, because that's essentially how they're going to have to do it with these interest rates, unless they're charging massive fees on the transactions and putting that back to the coin holders. I'll have to understand more about how they can offer this, but generally speaking, that is just not going to make coin price sustainable, because you're flooding the market with 100% extra coins per year, presumably to pay this interest. But then they say up here that it's only about 560,000 in about 3 years. So is this 99% thing, is this something that's happening for that initial 3-year period, and that's why it's so high? We're going to have a little bit of a look further into this, but I've got to tell you that anything offering this sort of interest rate annually is just not sustainable. There's a reason that, you know, doubling your money every 12 months is, it's not sustainable. So if that's creating extra coins, people, that will saturate the market with coins, and unless there's a significant increase to the overall market cap, the per coin price is going to go down. High security. POSP provides maximum security by staking consensus. Cool. I really want to find out about that inflation rate. Where can we find out about that? I'll go through it a little bit more. You can acquire extensive coin from any available exchange or from an individual. Currently, extensive coin is finding new exchanges to get listed, but very soon the coin will be available on popular exchanges. After you acquire extensive coin, you can send them to your desktop wallets and stake it as an annual interest of 99%. Once your coin starts staking, you can watch your extensive coin balance increase. The more coins you have, the more you will earn by staking. Yeah. Yes, it's called compounding interest. Okay, it's pretty cool. They've got like a lot of different wallets. That's really cool to see. Especially this. I love this for staking programs. They've got a Raspberry Pi wallet. That's really, really cool. Because Raspberry Pi, for those of you who don't know, is a very, very small computer, uses minimal power. So for staking coins, it's a quality idea. Like that. I do like that part. I'm going to tell you things I do and don't like. I don't like 99% interest. I don't know how that's ever going to be sustainable. This, I love. Excellent. Good to see. Okay. Roadmap. Coin release. These are all done. This is ongoing. Block Explorer and Web Public Release, Twitter campaign, signature campaign, ICO end. Oh, sorry, that's done. So we sort of got dones a months ongoings here. It's funny. Get listed on exchanges. See what? I don't know that they should. I don't know that you can do this. Focus on getting a stable price around 0.0001, 0.002 BTC or a market cap of 250 BTC plus. I just don't like that. That seems a funny thing to have on a development roadmap. Get listed on CoinMarketCap and CoinHills, November 2017. So there is a missed deadline. They could have probably updated that on their website if it hasn't been listed yet. POS 3.0 update, proof of stake, is January 2018. Address several issues. Many other minor updates will be included as well. Okay, let's just have a quick look at about. Extensive Coin is an open source peer-to-peer community-driven blockchain-enabled decentralized cryptocurrency that allows people to store and invest their wealth in a non-government controlled currency and earn a good interest on investment by wallet staking. This means anyone holding Extensive Coin in their wallet will receive interest on their balance in return for helping maintain security of the network. Specifications. It's now at full POS. It was at proof of work in the early stages, obviously. Block reward is 1 coin. Yearly interest is 99%. Last proof of work block was at 25,000. Coinbase maturity 45 blocks. Target spacing is 64 seconds. So 64-second blocks. Pre-mine of 140,000 coins out of the total supply of 560. So a quarter of the coins were pre-mined. Exchanges, coin markets, coin exchange, and crypto hub. More coming soon, but there's no really. I know from working at PIVX that this is a very, very, very hard thing to say. Okay, it's going to be, we're going to be on this and we're going to be on that. It's constant negotiations that go on with the exchanges. So it's, we've got more coming soon as well. I'm sure we will. Which one specifically? We'll have to wait and see how the negotiations go. Edofore Viforio is the core developer. It's not a huge team. I got to tell you, like, I'm just trying to be honest, guys. I can't say I love every crypto that someone brings into the show. And initially, I've got some alarm bells about that one. Sorry. I know that's not what you're going to hear. You want to hear because you brought it up in the chat because you're excited about it. You want to look at it. I've got to give my honest assessment, and 99% interest rates are just not sustainable economically, unless I'm misunderstanding something about that. It was Mark. Oh, I like Mark too. Sorry, Mark. I don't like to give negative comments about a coin you brought to the chat, but for me, the 99% interest rate thing is huge alarm bells for me. Nige is in. Are you talking about the ICO I put up in Discord? No worries, man. That's the same as my investment. I'm going to keep it nice and within budget. Slow accumulation. That's my strategy. I did I've done really well on Q-Link. Even after the dips, like, it skyrocketed to points where we'd made, I don't know, 20x or something like that, maybe a little bit less after ICO. But we're still like sitting at 2.5, 3x on ICO now, even with the massive dip. So I just like my strategy. I don't overinvest on anything, and it lets me ride them out. And yeah, so I'm in the same as you, man, on that one, Nige. Yeah, cool, Chronicus. No worries. I'll contact them, man. I just got to get an idea of how much money we want to put into this one. How much? We'll do it in Ether, like I said, because that's the easiest way to keep it relative to the whole group. But if you guys can just get in and tell me if you're interested for starters, some of you will go, nah, Not my thing, fish. But, you know, I still got to wait for evaluations as well. You guys know me. I'm not just going to go, oh, it's awesome. I'm going to invest at any price. Got to do the maths on it and see if we can make some extra crypto. BTC and weed, completely different. There was no real money in weed legalization because people can grow it themselves. Clearly a different legal financial circumstance. They'll follow the cash. Mikey, I heard they're making pretty good money out of the taxes on the legalized weed. I don't live in the States, man. I'm probably not qualified to speak about it. Having said that, I do actually know a guy who is licensed to grow for the dispensaries in the US. He's a drop knee bodyboarder. I went on a tour of Indonesia with him 2 years ago now, 18 months ago. One of the craziest drop knees you'll ever see in your life. From the wedge, Newport wedge. Insane. But yeah, he's actually he takes it very, very seriously. He has a license for so many bulbs or something, so many lights. I don't know how it works. But yeah, he supplies the dispensaries, but he takes it really seriously. Watchman's asked for my views on ICX. Still bullish. Watchman, I am still bullish, but I'll tell you who's even more bullish, Wilkie. Wilkie and I talk usually once a day, to be honest. We have a chat and see what's happening. And Wilkie's been stocking up on Icon. Now, you got to remember, this guy has an ICO bag that he hasn't touched. He bought it when it hits markets at $1.80 because he was out spearfishing. And by the time he got home, it was $1.80 because we had the announcement go out on our Discord group. So I think when Jiao put the announcement out, we could have got it at 80 cents. And then by the time I got my stuff up and running, I got it at $1.20. Wilkie got it at $1.80, but he stacked in again all over the place. Like even as high as $7.50, he was still buying. So that boy is super bullish on Icon. He said to me, he goes, Fish, Icon's probably the safest pick in the economy. I said, Wilkie, you have drunk the Kool-Aid, my friend. Because I like Icon. I really do. I think they're very, very well set up in Korea. And Korean won is starting to make a comeback in the economy for those of you who have been keeping an eye on trade volumes. So that's great to see. So yeah, I'm bullish on Icon, but I'm also realistic about the fact that there have been delays. And they've been like the Icon team, to their credit, have kept the investors up to date with what's going on whenever there's been a delay, told them what's happening. They've managed it well. And they're erring on the side of caution to make sure that, they're providing a good product to market. That's my assessment of it. But at this stage, we still haven't got an integration of the ERC20 token into the mainnet. We still, I don't believe, have any dates launched for actual ICOs, dates announced. We've got, we know some companies they're going to be working with, and we know some ICOs that are planned, but I don't think we have any dates yet, do we, of ICO launches? So for me, for Wilkie to call it the safest bet in the economy, I was like, you are dreaming, man. I said, Neo's safer than Icon. It's got a working mainnet. It's releasing ICOs. It's, you can already stake your Neo and earn gas. I said, Neo's a safer bet than Icon. I said, Icon's got bigger potential for gains, 100%. Look at its relative market cap to Neo and look at the country it's setting up in, where all the money's come from, or a lot of the money into the crypto space. So yeah, I agree that it's got huge potential, but it just made me laugh a bit when he called it the safest thing in the crypto economy, because it's untested at this moment. We still need to go through that. The mainnet is untested. We still need to get our coins integrated from ERC20 tokens into actual Icon coins. And then we need to start running a few ICOs. Icon team know this. They won't take any offense to me saying that. So yeah, I think we got good times ahead for sure. But it just seemed like Wilkie had drank the Kool-Aid when I spoke to him about it. Chronicus said ICX is a serious crypto, and it's more of a long-term hold-off for him, counting on actually making something useful. Yeah, man, they're well set up. I got a big old bag of it, so don't worry. I'm hoping Icon hits those $30 that I did the maths for at the start of the year, and hopefully even beyond that. Okay, guys, I just want to give some honest opinion, and this is why we have the investment crew. This is why we have it, because I can't remember who brought it up, but he's a valued member of our crew, and this is what we do. We just try and keep each other's backs as well. So, Mikey said, "Remember the $7 billion bank bailout?" Yeah, man, crazy. Anyway, getting back onto what these guys said, Chronicus said 99% annual interest, laughing my ass off. Watchman said Ponzi coin, laugh out loud. So, guys, that's some opinions from the Crypto Wave investment crew, and that's part of what we do. It's not just identifying the really good coins; it's trying to give each other a friendly steer away from some that perhaps have some red flags on them. BitConnect, we pretty much just said don't friggin' touch it. But on other ones, we will just be a bit more friendly about it. We try to be anyway. But no, it's important that we don't just see any crypto as brilliant, because a lot of these projects will get shaken out. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Mikey. Sorry, guys, I'm responding to old comments, so I won't read them out. Chronicus is going back, like this is a while ago, saying that, yeah, we definitely need accountability in government spending. They put 99% on purpose because nobody smart would do it. So they know they're dealing with dumbass that doesn't know any better. Yeah, but Chronicus, this is where we need to be, like, we need to try and be constructive about the way we criticize a coin. Like, that's what I believe anyway. Because people who have got involved in that coin and feel like dumbasses probably don't need it rubbed in their faces. So, yeah, I think the way we do it's pretty good. We just try and gently steer people onto better projects that do have, like, if you like coins that have proof of stake and have sustainable proof of stake, I'm not just flogging my own coin. I am. But I work for them. I invest in it. Guys, I've got to make that as clear as possible. But, a 4 to 5% inflation rate or return on your investment per year is sustainable, and it is better than bank interest. So, I think I've said this before. I think if you look to get rich overnight in this economy, you'll probably lose all your money. If you think 5 years, 10 years, you might just get rich overnight. People do figure out the better projects eventually, and the money always ends up flowing back into them. So the number of coins that I've seen pump past PIVX and then fall out into obscurity is many. So yeah, I don't know. I just think those sorts of interest rates are really, really unsustainable. That most economists will tell you that. Everyone's doing big connect thing. Chronicus. I'm not even reading that one out because that's just brutal. All right, guys, I'm coming back down as close as I can to live chat. It's going to be real hard to find good new ICOs. Whales are gobbling up good ones and all gone within 10 minutes. Notty-o, we are whales as a crew. That's a good thing about having our investment crew, man. The amounts of money that we put into ICOs are substantial. Absolutely. I get nervous holding them in my wallets, and I get nervous even more when they go 10x and I've got to distribute a significant amount of money. And it's nerve-wracking for me. So I know that as a group, we do qualify as whales in most of these ICOs' eyes. And that's the power of the group. Watchman said, be honest, Fishty pays his ICO fees to you and doobies. No, doobies are illegal in Australia, Watchman. Absolutely illegal. Doobie Brothers are okay. You can listen to Long Train Running, listen to the music, all you like. Listen to the music. Was that Doobie Brothers? I think it was. Look at taxes on alcohol, and that's a pretty good comparison for potential taxes for marijuana, and that's only the recreational. Chronicus, it's even bigger, I think, than you'd like to think. My brother works in the alcohol industry, and they do studies on the effects of the legalization of marijuana on the alcohol industry in the US to get a comparison of what's going to happen in Australia if the Australian government does decide to legalise recreational use of marijuana. Naughty O said, that drop knee bodyboarder you're speaking out, does he have a 4-kilogram bodyboard bag? Yeah, like Chappelle Corby, right? By the way, Chappelle Corby, thanks so much, because as a bodyboarder, I have to travel with a bodyboard bag with multiple bodyboards quite often, 2 or 3. And I have never not got the stink eye from people in customs in Indonesia. So thank you. That's good. Pretty much everywhere I travel. I got pulled into customs in the US and sat in the little room. And then they just came in and went, all right, you're right to go. And I went, that was so weird. Like, they must have just been looking at to how I was responding. Because what had happened is I was like late to the airport. I was wearing a lot of clothes because my bags were full from buying presents for people. And so I was sweating really bad when I got to the thing to check in. The guy said, why are you sweating? I said, I'm wearing bloody 5 sets of clothes. I've rushed to get here. And then, yeah, I got called into customs. I sat there for like 5-10 minutes. And then they just went, okay, you can go. I went, that was weird. ICX is 380, is it? Cool. $5 ICX you got it at, Chronicus. I think long term you're going to be fine, man. Like, you can't always pick the bottom of the market. That's why I like to split my orders. I get a little fee out put aside. I might even have a look at some ICX today. We'll see what happens. ICX playing chess, Neo's playing checkers, Ether playing tic-tac-toe. Ether said that's good. Cardano playing thermonuclear war. Yeah, Cardano's. No, Dee's not even here, so I won't say anything bad about Cardano. Most of that's just to give her shit. Nige thinks it's a steal at 381 ICX. What about Tether? If Tether goes down, there has to be something coming up to replace it. The use case is very valuable in this space. Yeah, it is, Mark J. It absolutely is 100% valuable, because the cost of one of the problems we have in Australia at the moment is we do have some services that I find reliable to get currency in and out of the economy. Services that are fairly priced? No. There's a big void there in the Australian market. Because I do the calculations when I cash out, and it's a fairly significant spread. You know, they get you with the whole, we don't charge any fees to withdraw, but the spread is ridiculous. It's off the charts. So I'm talking like 6-7%. That seems high, especially for the amount of volume that this site's processing, because it's all auditable. All the transaction records go up. So you can calculate how much money they're making, and it's substantial, and there is plenty of room for them to be undercut. So even if just bringing competitors in the market forces them to look at their fee structure and their spread, that would be a good thing. Competition's going to help in Australia, and there's a massive, like, if you came in with an Australian exchange that allowed straight AUD to crypto, that didn't do it through arbitraging through Bittrex, which is what they do at the moment. Any of the Aussie exchanges that are set up at the moment don't have their own, like, they're arbitraging. That's all they're doing between Bittrex and charging you 1% for the privilege. And it's just a bot that's set up to do it all day long. So, and then on top of that, if you want to withdraw fiat into your bank account, you charge significantly. So there's a massive void there in the market that could be filled by an entrepreneurial person with some decent venture capital behind them, because it would take a lot. It's not going to be something you can just start with $1 million. You're going to need a lot of liquidity behind you. Oh, yeah, for sure. Just saying that this is the purpose of the 99%, so they don't waste time trying to trick really thorough investors. Naughty-O, apparently Block Pierce has got into Tether. He's actually one of the good guys. So maybe we need to think a little different with it. I.e., if he is in there, I don't think it's vulnerable. Naughty-O, there is one very, very simple way to end the Tether debate. External audit. Done. Why can't they be audited? Why are they making it so difficult to be audited? That's the problem. Like if you're doing everything above board, why wouldn't you let an external company come in and go, yep, there's $2.2 billion. Boom, there's the market cap that says that, sorry, there's the circulating supply or total supply tether at 2.2 billion. Everything is above board, audited, stamp of approval. Like that would just make the whole crypto economy go, ah. And it seems like such an easy thing to do. And that's the problem, is the only logical explanation you can come up with for why they won't allow an external audit is because it's not going to look good if they get audited externally, i.e. their figures aren't in check. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, but I just want to know why they're not allowing that external audit. Kelly Slade, how you going, Kelly? What are your top 12 for 2018? Here goes Mark G's. Ready for Mark G's? ZEC. ZEC. Is that Zcash? Or is that? I think it is. ZEC. ETC being Ethereum Classic, Neo, EOS, Icon, Dragon, Decreed, ADA, PIVX, LTC, Monero, and Ether. Yeah, I think there's a good bag there, man. I think that's a really nice diverse portfolio you're looking at there. You've gone nice and heavy on like the DApp platforms. So you've got ADA, you've got Dragon, you've got Icon, you've got EOS, you've got Neo. Lots of good platforms in there to spread yourself across them. You've got a couple of privacy coins in Monero and PIVX. You've got look, LTC, I think, are making good moves with the light pay system. I think LTC could be one of the better gainers up the very top echelon of the market as confidence is restored. So yeah, I like the portfolio, Mark G. It looks nice. I can't tell you what my top 12 are off the top of my head. Oh, Notio, all you got to do, bro, is just, I've got the Discord link in the description of the video right now. So if you go into the, like just above the comments, I write a bit of a blah, 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 blah thing about what I'm talking about today, or at least part of what I'm talking about today. And then all the links are in there, man. So you go to our Discord link and just join up. Come over and check out see what we're chatting about. But you said, how does an old Kiwi get in your crew, man? The only problem is there's no New Zealanders allowed, Nadia. I'm joking. I hope the overseas people outside of Australia and New Zealand get that. We have a good rivalry, the Aussies and the Kiwis, but we're very, very, very close. Brothers and sisters at the end of the day. Down Under just seems like a place where weed would be legal. No, it's not. I'm not sure if they've decriminalized it. I can't remember. It's not exactly uncommon though. Can I say that much? It's probably the same in the States before they actually legalized it. It is very common in Australia. Like they sell the billies. I don't know what you call them, like the bongs, and they have to sell them as alcohol pourers in the shops. Mark G said, I don't smoke weed. There is weed shops all over Toronto, edibles, oils, everything. Mark G, I was over in Canada in Whistler, and I jumped in. Man, I've never seen a country so enthusiastic about smoking weed as Canada, I've got to tell you. Aussie's pretty close, but Canada's right there alongside. Because I jumped in one of the gondolas going up. Can't remember whether it was Blackcomb or actual Whistler itself. But I was going up one of the gondolas, and a bunch of young guys got in, and I was only 25 or 26 at the time myself, 26 I think I was. And yeah, they jumped in the gondola and they're all looking at me. It's like a group of 5 of them, mate, and I'm just sitting there going, like, I'm not going to try a Canadian accent. So they're just like, hey man, do you mind if we smoke? I'm like, you're right, go for it, go for it. I swear to God, by the time we got to the top of the mountain, because it's like a 15-minute gondola ride, I was high as a kite off the passive smoking. The whole gondola had turned into this massive Dutch oven, and what they were smoking was pretty potent as far as I could tell. Snowboarded really good after that, funnily enough. At least I think I did. I may well have just been lying in the snow making snow angels thinking I was snowboarding. I'm catching up, guys, because I'm so far behind. I want to make it relative to what I'm talking about. So if there's anything desperate that I've missed, I'm down to like the last 5 comments. Nottio, nice. Nottio said, I'm not on Discord. And he said, who's going to teach me how to play sport fairly? You guys have got good bowlers, eh? Oh, I should bring up the clip, shouldn't I, Nottio? I wonder if I can find it. So, yeah, I will. I'll bring this up because we like to go through a bit of Australiana here on this show as well. It's not just it's more of a crypto-based variety show, I guess. So let me see if I can find this. It should be easy enough to find. And let me set the scene for you. Australia and New Zealand have a vicious rivalry when it comes to sport. Oh no, it comes up straight away as soon as I type in the first word. All right, so that's too long. All right, this one's good. Let me just bring it up, but let me set the scene for you. From memory, and correct me if I'm wrong, Nottio, but it was a one-day match. Yes, it is, because they're wearing coloured clothing. And Australia and New Zealand have a vicious rivalry. And what had happened is it was a very close match with 1 ball to go. New Zealand needed, I think, 3 or 4 runs. No, they needed 5 or 6 runs, I beg your pardon, to win the match. So they actually have to, for those of you who don't know cricket, to get 6 runs, you have to hit what is a home run in baseball. So it has to go out of the park on the full. So that's how you get 6 runs. So this batsman needs to hit it out of the stadium to win the game for New Zealand. And what does Australia do? The dirtiest thing I have ever seen in sport, and I'm not proud of it, but let's have a look.
But I've got the feeling the ex-Victorian skipper, they're going to bowl an underarm. We never believed it.
Oh, that's brutal.
That's a disappointing finish. Disappointed, Brian, affecting the crowd too. It's all over. After 50 overs, New Zealand 8 for 229.
Was it Chappell that bowled it? I can't remember, but it was it was not well received. And as an Australian, it's pretty hard to hit a ball out of the ground that's been bowled along the ground, right? But the rules have been changed since then, I think. So yeah. Tailender who may have hit 1-6 in his life needed to hit one of the last balls to win by 1. Aussie pride. Oh man, I don't have pride over that moment. We've got plenty of sporting moments to be proud of in Australia, and as has New Zealand, 2 countries that perform very much well above their weight in international sport in terms of our populations. Big sporting countries, and man, that's not one of my prouder moments. I like to beat the New Zealanders just by beating New Zealanders, not by cheating. I can't call that anything but cheating. Anyway, that's a bit of history for you. 1981, so before I was even born. Let's get over it. I think XLM will surpass XRP this year. Mark G, I won't be surprised to see it happen. Crypto investors have got a nasty old taste in their mouth about XRP as opposed to XLM, Stellar Lumens. Now, one thing that I'll throw the old spanner in the works is it's still been pretty heavily rumoured, as far as I can hear, around the place that Ripple would be next added to be added to Coinbase. Now, if you're able to pay for that privilege of being added to Coinbase, which potentially Bitcoin Cash did, who knows? There is a man in Ripple who is, I think, listed as #1 richest person in the crypto economy. And that's the founder of Ripple. So he has plenty of money to pay for that if he's having to pay for that privilege. So that listing alone will bring in a lot of money from the wider uneducated speculator who comes in and sees a cheap coin price, has heard of Ripple, and it's right up the top, so it must be good. And it's blockchain, right? Well, no, it's not blockchain. No. Let's not get into that argument, but it's certainly the most centralized cryptocurrency in the economy. And I think most people who are backing blockchain are not trying to repeat the mistakes of the past. And Ripple is a network that enables that by freezing of accounts, things like that. That's how much control one person has over that network. Go to a Canadian pot parade, only if you have a gas mask. Ben seems to have held BTC price better than most. It seems to be a very solid project with a lot of partnerships. Yeah, it's done very well, Seb. It has done very well. Reminds me of Wolf of Wall Street when he thinks he drives home in the Lambo. Yeah, that's it, man. That was me in Canada. That was so much fun. Best trip. Kelly Slade, have you seen some of the newest TAs showing a lower low for BTC? Kelly Slade, I've said for a while that I was surprised that we didn't retest some of those supports. So based on that, I won't be surprised if we go back down to test some of those supports. Markets don't move in straight lines. We're not just going to see it, like I don't think we're just going to see a straight V off this where we had this massive free fall and okay, see you later. Back up to all-time highs. It was too vicious of a drop. It's just not, the psychology doesn't work like that. People can't just 100% restore confidence to the point they're going to start paying $12,000 for BTC tomorrow. Nodio said, LA Olympics, New Zealand won 8 golds, Australia 0. Do you want to do up the tally for all of the Olympics, Nodio? You're just going to pick out. Do you want me to, should I talk about Australia winning the Bledisloe Cup in 1962 or whenever the last time we won it was? Just go, see, we're better at rugby. Both good sailing countries, New Zealand and Australia. Very good sailing. Nodio, Pierce could be a good guy. See now he founded and working on projects that build on EOS. Good sign for purpose of securing life, liberty, and property. I thought Pierce a suspect because association with Bannon, Goldman Sachs, and Disney. Interesting point of view as always from Giving Tree Cultivator. Here's Johnny. I'll pay with taxes. I'll pay with taxes with Ripple and dying crypto that I never hodl. It's not a bad way to do it. Here's Johnny. I've paid bills. I've been paying bills with crypto every now and again. I don't do it all the time because I like to hold my crypto. But every now and again, if we get a big run up, I'll pay a bill with it. It's not a bad way to do it. Whoa, Mark G said, I heard there'll be about 20 coins added to Coinbase within a month. That's interesting. Pierce is in Puerto Rico with a heap of his mates building a village for them after the devastation, I guess is what that was going to say. If you have memorized your private keys, you can take Bitcoin with you when you die. Yeah, I'm not sure if they accept it in the afterlife, though. Cryptochronicus. I don't think they're set up for it. They got broadband issues there or something. I don't know. Where's his Johnny? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, saying that was beautiful about paying taxes with Ripple. In about 10 days for, what was Kelly referring to? Oh, in about 10 days for the low of BTC. Yeah. Mark G reckons 48 to 5,200 BTC is coming. Martin Camillo said BTC to 4.8, 4,800. I won't be surprised to see it. Raj Patel said, what? BTC dip? I think it's still, I don't think you can call it a bull market just because it bounced off, you know, because it bounced. We just got to wait and see. I honestly thought we'd test those 6,000 marks and it could go lower if it doesn't hold at those 6,000 marks. I don't know. I could be wrong. It can keep going. It's just my thoughts. Half our good guys come over here. Is Russell Crowe still an Aussie? Nodio, what's he done recently? Depends whether we want to claim him or not. I'll get him on the show. We'll ask him, Nodio. So it's an important thing. Come on the cryptocurrency show and tell us whether you're an Aussie or a Kiwi. Well, I think it was, what did he say? It was God defend. What was it? God defend New Zealand. God bless America, but thank God for Australia. I think that's what he said in one of his acceptance speeches. So most of the Australian Parliament have to vacate. How was Aussie founded? Wasn't it a penal colony? That's where they should have put chapel. Not bad, Nodio. Not bad. Leafs up 4-1. Wow. 3 minutes left in the second period. It's a nice lead. Good to hear, Mark G. Yes, it was a penal colony, Nodio. Yes, the British said, these people have all been naughty, let's send them to paradise. So thank you, great-great-great-grandfather, for stealing that loaf of bread. Yeah, so I'm going to have a quick look at the market, and then I'm going to check out. See what's happening with the market. Coin market cap. Bring you over to screen share. See how we're trending. 407 total, so it's definitely come down. Let's go to view all like I like to do. See what's happening in the last hour. Okay. Not unusual to see this after the strong growth we had up to this point off the bounce, of course. A lot of speculation about whether the market's bottomed out yet or not. My personal opinion would be probably not. Not without some really, really good news coming out. And one state in Arizona saying they're considering accepting crypto for tax is not exactly going to turn around a multi-billion-dollar market. Tether's up. Okay, just having a look here. Yeah, nothing really positive to speak of in the last 24 hours. I mean, we have traditionally seen weekends not be the best time to invest. That's when, well, probably is the best time to invest, rather, because it's when we see the, you know, I've often said that Sunday is probably a really good day to get in. It's Sunday here in Australia, so wait another 12 hours and see how we go. Geez, eCoin's starting to suffer after that massive pump. 37% in the last 24 hours. That's big hit. Not much positive to speak of. Ucash, never heard of it. Have to look into that one. Another one to the bloody list. Really not a lot of positive stuff here, guys. Einsteinium's coming back for a run. Up 7% this week. Not bad in a declining market. Spank Chain just sounds awesome. All in all, it looks a bit bloody to me. I'm going to wait and see. Take a wait and see approach. If it does steady out, I might look to put some more fiat in. We'll see what level of supports I can find on the charts. I do a little bit of TA, guys. I just don't focus heavily on it. I'm more into the news. So, yeah. Anyway, if you are looking to put some fiat in today or looking to invest in the crypto economy, please do so responsibly. This has not been financial advice. This has been for entertainment and information purposes only. Thank you guys for joining in the conversation today, and I will, as soon as I can find the chat to say goodbye to everyone, I will catch up with you all tomorrow. Hey, keep an eye out for that new channel too, because I'll probably release that today. Gonna do some work on it, see if I can get it done. Cool. Anyway, catch you guys later. Fish out. Bye.